Okay, so told y'all I had something on theme for this month's Booker Z, and by which I meant the color green, because that's related to St. Patrick's Day, right? So one of my favorite moments leading up to the 2020 Royal Rumble was when R-Truth announced he was entering, because he thought he was going to face Paul Heyman, and not only because that was hilarious, but after he removed his entry from the Royal Rumble, Brock did what Brock does, and then he held up the title, the 24/7 title, and just sort of threw it down, given the implication that Brock thought it was worthless, and that made me hate Brock just that much more. So I thought that was a great little heel moment. So, fast forward to the crowdless era, and R-Truth is actually showing up during the show proper of Raw, and title shenanigans are going on. I don't remember the specifics because my memory sucks right now, but in general. But when they were starting to really build the feud between Randy Orton and Drew, and just really start hammering home the whole legend killer thing for Randy. Randy beat the crap out of Truth. But I don't even remember what, if anything, he did with the 24/7 title. And I just thought it would have been really cool if he pinned Truth, won the title, and pretty much the whole time during the build-up to his feud with Drew, to his first WWE championship match, or maybe even a little bit after, since that ended up being like a 3-match thing? 4? I don't remember. So we would have had 24/7 champion Randy Orton for a while, but instead of it being a joke or a comedy bit like it is, Randy defends it like it's a real title. And he just brutalizes people. Treat it like the hardcore title. Akira Tozawa tries to ambush Randy, and he ends up in the hospital. Local medical facility. You just, in the middle of a promo, Randy's delivering about what he's going to do to Drew at whatever pay-per-view it was. Someone tries to ambush him for the 24/7 title, and it's just uncomfortable to watch. And maybe even who's doing that, Drew Gulak goes, "This isn't how it's supposed to be," or something, right before Randy just knocks him completely out. And I would say do that for maybe a month. Maybe, tease the idea of Randy being a double champion. And then while this is going on, we see Truth, we learn about his, recovery from the kayfabe injury. We see him training. We hear some music legally distinct from the Rocky theme. And then for a pay-per-view, I don't know necessarily which one, because my memory is really fried about this period of time in the WWE for some reason. I can't remember, other than Drew losing the WWE title at Hell in the Cell. I can't remember what happened when. So some pay-per-view, maybe even make it for the pre-show so people can watch it on YouTube. I don't know. But we make it, so we get a few training montages of R-Truth doing, to the, legally distinct from the Rocky theme. And again, one of my favorite moments from the crowdless era is a little bit of storytelling when it's going to be a tag team match with Drew and Truth, and Truth was talking about how, no one believes in me. I need someone to believe in me, dog. And then Drew does. I thought that was a great little moment. So just go with the whole idea that no one takes Truth seriously anymore, because, granted, he's a great comedic act, but he's a comedic act. And then just have it be an absolute freaking clinic. Like, we see R-Truth just doing all sorts of awesome stuff. Because we know he can do it. We know he can go in the ring. We just tend to forget that because of how he's played right now. And just have it be a really serious, awesome match. And it could go either way. Like, Randy does some really deep, maybe make it no DQ or one of the variations thereof. Because that's kind of what the 24/7 matches anyway, since falls already count anywhere. But just make it a really awesome match, because I really think Drew could do something. Not Drew. Truth. Surprisingly similar names now that I think about it. But yeah, just having a great match, and the second, Truth wins the new 24/7 championship. And suddenly, all the League of Jobbers, as Brian Zinn refers to them, come running out. Maybe some of them have casts or on crutches or something, and just have order restored. I just think that would have been a really fun, dark way to help build Randy's legend killer reputation into that feud. And don't get me wrong, even with the detour of Randy winning it at Hell in a Cell just for Drew to get it back 2 weeks later, I thought that whole thing was actually pretty good. I just think it would have been something new and different to do with this title. Because it was great at first, but now it's just Truth shows up, is wacky, loses it for 5 minutes, gets it back, runs off being chased by dudes. The most variation we got on that was with Bad Bunny or whatnot. But yeah, speaking of running off, I should really be going before I am tracked down. So I'll see you all next month, hopefully. Oh, hey, Bad Bunny, I was just talking about you. Wait, why are you in my house? Why is Damian Priest with you? Oh no.